Hi everyone, it's me Giovanni, and I didn't make a video yesterday because I accidentally dozed off while let's just say after reading a story, now, I originally wanted to make a video yesterday about how, I watched Poison Ivy, the movie from 1992 starring Drew Barrymore, and I found the actual full movie on Internet Archives, including certain horror movies like The Bad Seed from 1956 and Jennifer from 1978. I love those movies. And I saw Poison Ivy. It was really good. I will say that people have misinterpreted the character of Ivy as this sexualized teenager or like adolescent preying on an older man. That's not true. And as for the fact that Ivy killed Sylvie's mom, Georgie, Ivy thought she was doing the right thing by putting Georgie out of her misery, because Georgie was suicidal, especially since she was suffering mentally. And she was also somewhat sick. And the thing is, the character of Ivy is supposed to be like, what, 15 to 16 years old? She has a fetish for older men. I mean, I was at a certain age where, like most other 14 to 16-year-old children, they would have crushes on older people. I was one of them, unfortunately, but thankfully, I'm just going to be honest, I do not have a girlfriend or boyfriend, and I would never want to have one in my life. Now, Ivy having a fetish for older men, in my opinion, it's nothing new, but at the same time, it's nothing old either, because this was during the 90s, and, for example, with Lolita, Dolores Hayes is a 12-year-old girl, and she sort of flirts with the main character, Humbert. She might have a crush on him, but In that story, Humber Humbert is the main character, and he's an unreliable narrator. He's a manipulative, narcissistic, cold-hearted, heartless human being who has a thing for underage children, little girls, at the ages of 9 to 14, where he refers to them as nymphets. And Dolores Hayes is a 12-year-old girl who he becomes obsessed with, falls in love with. Well, mostly he loves her, but girls at the ages of 9, 12, 14, or even 16 are allowed to have crushes on older men. Okay? Mostly because when they're at a certain age, they think that boys at their ages, or at the girls' certain ages, are kind of dumb or uninteresting. And I can kind of understand that, but at the same time, it's still weird that a little girl would have a crush on an older guy. Literally. I mean, there's nothing wrong with pop stars or boy bands or maybe just any sort of celebrity, YouTuber, or whatever. But still, being at the age I am now, at 21, it's, especially after knowing about the story of Lolita, it can be pretty uncomfortable, especially if it's either the adult doing the manipulation or the child. But okay, I'm just gonna say it. Drew Barrymore, Poison Ivy was her comeback for acting, and before she did Poison Ivy, she had some drug problems, and after she went into rehab, she was trying to find work, and she was 16 years old during the time, and she and the actress playing Sylvie, Sarah Gilbert, they were both 16, I think, and they are seen in the movie smoking, drinking, maybe even doing drugs. I mean, it makes sense if certain kids at their ages, at a certain age in their teenage years, would have drug problems, especially at an early age, either just either it just happens to them, or due to some sort of grief, trauma, or something. All I know is that teenagers drinking, doing drugs, smoking, having sex like adults is nothing new, especially in movies or in TV, where most of the time teenagers are portrayed by adults, mostly because it would be expensive to hire minors to play, like, you know, teenagers of their exact age. And, you know, anyway. I think that Poison Ivy is a good movie. It's really good. And I think the reason why Sylvie's, well, in the movie, Sylvie says that Daryl is her adoptive father, but even though he's her father, he's more likely her stepfather. Anyway, the reason why Daryl is so into Ivy and has some sex with her, for some reason, mostly due to Ivy's doing, is probably because Ivy reminds Daryl of Georgie when she was younger, when Georgie was Ivy's age, and that makes sense, but still, it's uncomfortable, extremely uncomfortable, considering that it's a teenager kissing, having sex with a grown-ass man in his 40s, 50s, or 60s. I mean, I'm not complaining about the movie, the story overall, because it was based on a true story, but not from the director's real life experiences. It was from someone else, a woman named Melissa. It was based on a someone else, a woman named Melissa, and her stories that a girl that she befriended began living with her and causing problems, like in the movie Poison Ivy. And of course, in the movies, the story in the movie, the real life stories are dramatized for the sake of movie making, of course. And I'm not mad about it. I mean, it really doesn't matter. I mean, sure, some movies are based off of real life stories, but they're dramatized for the sake of, well, it's a movie. Of course it has to be dramatized. Mostly because if you're trying to make a movie, don't make it so realistically boring. Okay? Just try and make it interesting. Sorry. Oh my god. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna say this. For some reason, I felt like I was in so much pain at like 1:30 or something because my body I feel like my body is trying to kill me. Yeah. I'm fine. Oh my god. Okay. I'm glad that my stepbrother's home, and he usually gets off work at 2 anyway, so that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay safe. Bye.